Back to the channel. Today we'll discuss the leftover canine impaction. Let's start. Indication for removal. What are the indication for removal of a canine? Change in position of adjacent teeth because of pressure, adjacent tooth resorption, cyst formation, cleft palate, and edentulous jaw. These are the indication for removal. Now coming to labially impacted canine. We give a semilunar incision like this. Okay. Now angulated flap incision can be triangular or it can be trapezoid. We can see by a schematic diagram, this is the envelope flap, and when we give a releasing incision, it will either be a triangular or trapezoid flap. If we give envelope flap plus one releasing incision, that is this, then it will be a triangular flap. And if we will give envelope flap plus two releasing incision, then it will be a trapezoid flap. Okay. These are incision for labially impacted canine. Now how we will remove it? I'm giving only a brief idea about it so that you should know. If someone asks, you should know at least these terms and these things. Now mucoperiosteal flap elevation, labial bulge as a guide for bone removal, exposure of the crown. जहाँ पे लेबियल बल्ज दिखेगा वहाँ पे हम लोग बर्ड से हल्का हल्का बोन हटाएंगे एंड देन विल एक्सपोज द क्राउन. देन नेक्स्ट कमिंग टू ऑर्थोडोंटिक अलाइनमेंट और टूथ रिमूवल. ओके. देन इंसर्ट एलिवेटर टू डिसलॉज द टूथ. इफ डिफिकल्ट, रिमूव सम बोन ओवर द रूट एंड ट्राई एलिवेटिंग. Elevator should not have fulcrum on the adjacent tooth. Okay, this will displace the tooth. Alternatively, forceps can be used or sectioning of tooth can be opted depending on the cases. Now removal of palatally impacted canine. Okay, we have seen maxillary canine ka labially impacted canine. Now we are seeing palatally impacted canine. Don't take releasing incision as it damages the greater palatine nerve and vessels. Okay. Gingivally we take incision from molar to molar. This kind of incision we take. And we elevate a mucoperiosteal flap. Now bone removal by joining the burr holes around the exposed crown. Cut a groove in the bone in mesial aspect of the crown. Remember this. Groove should be made on the mesial aspect of the crown. Okay. Now cut a groove in the bone in mesial aspect of crown. This we have seen. Then elevate the tooth from the beneath. If signs of adjacent tooth, then luxation, then section the tooth. जब हम लोग एलिवेट करेंगे और हमको ऐसा लगेगा कि बगल वाला टूथ भी लग्जेट हो रहा है, तो जो कनाइन हमको निकालना है उसको हम लोग लग्जेट कर सेक्शन कर देंगे. ओके. नाउ canine in unusual position. Okay. Canine in infraorbital margin. Expose the infraorbital margin intraorally by a vestibular incision. Canine in antrum, we will follow a Cardwell loop procedure. This is the whole different procedure. We will see this procedure in maxillary sinus. Now we have done with maxillary impacted canine. Now dealing with impacted mandibular canine. Incision along the gingival cervices of the lower anterior teeth and two vertical releasing incisions like a trapezoid flap, but it should be along the gingival cervices. Mucoperiosteal flap elevation. Bone removal by joining the burr hole, same, over the located labial cortex to expose the crown. Now drill a purchase point on the cervical margin of the tooth. Elevate the tooth out of the socket. Then wound debridement and wound closure. Okay, I have given a brief info about canine impaction, the classification and which type of canine and how to deal with the incision and the surgical procedure. Now only thing left in impaction is maxillary molar, third molar classification, that I'll deal in next class. Thank you. Bye. Like, comment and subscribe.